Hello everyone, this is Shiva. Well, tonight I will be showing how to do an oil change on a Cadillac Duramax diesel. At first, what do you need? Okay, you will need is a torque wrench. Set it at 18 foot-pound, a little extension, and the little socket, size 15 socket, and the oil filter remove tool, and the oil filter. And of course, you will need is an empty bucket, so you can fill it up the used oil into the DEF box. That's the best way. Fill it up in there and then take it back to AutoZone for recycle. And then you will need the jug, the oil jug, to measure how many oil you put in there. You will need a 6.5 quart. So the best way is to get you 2 bottles of the 0W20 ESP from Walmart. Walmart is the cheapest. AutoZone is so expensive. It's like $5 or $6 extra. And then you will need a brake cleaner. So, and then the oil bucket. If your car is an air suspension like my car is an air suspension, so you don't need to start up the car. You just need to go inside your car, hold the ignition button, hold it for 5 seconds, and then the whole car will turn on without the engine. Do not push on the brake, and then push the button to go up. Let the whole car go up. After go up, and then pop the hood, and then turn it back off the car. Once you pop the hood, the car will not come down anymore. The car will be staying up for the whole time. So after popping the hood, I don't know how often you guys do oil change on your Duramax diesel, but I change out my oil every 50%. Why? Because the oil is so dirty and super black, and you can feel the oil is like watery. It's not like liquid anymore, it's like watery. It's very watery. And then the engine is louder. So I change out my engine oil every 50%. The more you change it out, the more better for your car. If you're gonna keep your Duramax diesel for a long time, or if you're gonna willing to keep your car for a long time, and I will change it like every 50%. Well, right now I'm gonna be doing the oil change, but I don't know I'm gonna be able to take a good video showing you guys, but I will try my best. So push your bucket all the way to the oil pan bottom, and then what you will see, let me see, the camera will catch it. And that is how I do my oil change by myself. It's not that hard, but for air suspension, you will need to raise up your car to do an oil change. If not, the sway bar will be hitting it, the oil drain plug. So the oil drain plug is here. Yep, so the oil is coming out. And then in the same time, you can unscrew the oil filter. So for the oil filter, I use the oil filter tool. So usually I would just let it maybe like I will let it sit for maybe 10-20 minutes. So let all the oil come out. Remember at the end, hold your oil filter. If not, you're gonna drop it right to the pan and then you're gonna splatter it everywhere, right to your face. That's not fun. And then, in the same time, I've pre-filled the oil filter with oil first. If not, the car you will hurt the engine every time that you do an oil change. So fill it up, let it sit, let it go down a little bit, and then put more oil in there. So when you install it to your engine, and so the oil is not going to be like running empty in there. Put a little bit oil on the side seal, on the seal a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but fill it up. Yeah, fill it up with oil first, but not all the way full, like maybe 3/4. Fill it up. Okay, so after pre-fill the oil filter, and now it's time to do put the new oil filter back on there. So first, wipe it off everything. And then try to clean it up a little bit on the side edges. Okay, after you clean it, and then put the new oil filter in there. When you put the oil filter in there, hand tight, not too tight, not like I want you to die or I want you to go to hell, like keep turning it. No, just after when it's tight, and then you try to tighten it down more. Use one hand, don't use two hands, because two hands the power too much. So the oil filter is on there, and now put the drain plug back on there. change your own oil. Change your own oil is a lot cheaper. In California, the dealership they want $120, but you change your own oil, cost maybe $55, $60. I purchase all my oil filter on eBay, and sometimes you can get them on Amazon if they have a good deal. When I buy it in a case like 12 pieces, 12 oil filter, and the thing is like $70. That's cheap. And then have your torque wrench, 18 foot-pound. Yes, remember it's 18 foot-pound. Don't over tight. Okay, when it's clicking, it's good to go. So when you do your own oil change, it doesn't take long. Maybe the whole thing take like 15-20 minutes. And plus you can go underneath your car and take a look, is there any oil leak from anywhere somehow, or maybe is there something wrong with the car. You can check it out everywhere. Yeah. And remember, wipe it down whatever you think there is oil, so next time it's not going to be all dusty and things like that. So it's done, the oil change. After the oil change, and what you do, dump the oil into the DEF box. That's what I do, and every time I will bring in 2 boxes, so it'll be every time I will go into AutoZone, 5 gallons of the used oil. So the used oil is in there. Look, there's 50%. The car only using the oil for 50%, and it's pitch dark, really dark, darker than ink. So you tell me, are you going to wait till 20%, 10%, or 0% and then get your oil change? Please don't. If you do, if you really love your car, change it out every 50%. Put this in there, put the funnel, put it in there first. Pull out the oil filter first. Pull the oil filter. Put the oil filter in there first. Let it drain out maybe for like 5 minutes. So you can like dump it out easier, not everywhere is oil. So in the same time, fill it up your jug. Fill up the jug with 6.5 quart. But every time I fill it up twice, because I don't want to be like too full, and then if somehow I dump it up, like dump it to the car too fast, and there will be splashing oil everywhere. That is a big no-no. So I do 3.5, 3.5, and sometimes 3.5 to put it in the car. Do your own oil change, doesn't take long, but just depends. If you really like clean, then maybe it's take a little bit longer, so it's not dropping oil anywhere. Because my old job is teaching me not to drop any liquid on the floor. That's my old job. Been there for a year, and but you are not allowed to drop any liquid on the floor, and you are not allowed to use any power tool. Everything have to be hand tool, hand tight. Every nut and bolt have to torque them. So what is my old job? Out there, maybe 100 mechanics, like 100 auto mechanics, and just only maybe 10% of the people can get in there, can get in the field. So can you guys even take a guess what is my old job? Well, my previous job, I worked for Heco Aircraft Engineering in Hong Kong. I used to fix aircraft, fix it for Cathay Pacific, Continental, Delta, UPS, Hong Kong Express. What is my position? My position is the engine department. So every aircraft that is coming for big maintenance, I am the one that joining, fixing it. So working on aircraft, you are not allowed to drop any liquid on the floor, and there is nothing to be fast, but everything have to be right, because once the aircraft is left the hangar, it's not coming back. So you put 400 some people on the air, that is your responsible. So there's my old job. That's teaching me all the lessons. Not to drop any liquid, and not to be fast, but need to be perfect every time. So the engine oil is filled up. Remember, close the cap. If you forget to close the cap, you're gonna be splashing oil everywhere. Maybe my video is boring, but I like to teach people step by step, like not jumping any step. That's what I do. And now the old oil filter is almost ready to pull out. So here's the old empty bucket. Pull it out. So yes, very much empty. So put it back in the original box. Put the paper towel in the center. So the oil is not going to spill anywhere. And now is the fun time. Fun time doing what? Fun time dumping the old oil into the DEF box. So all the oil is dumping in there already. And then clean up. close the lid. So, the oil change look very simple and very simple. It's not hard. Every time change it out your oil for 50%, change it out your oil 50 every time 50. After oil change, everything look clean and neat. There's no oil stain whatsoever. And now, time to close the hood. Make sure there's no tool, no nothing around it, around the engine. So make sure. So now, time to close the lid. Okay. My car is an air suspension, so now I raise it up. Let me start up the car. The car is hell a lot quieter. So go to setting, blah blah blah, oil life, push it, reset. Are you sure? Yes. 100%. Done. And then go back to home page. Now I push the car to come back down. You guys can see it. Once I close the door, the car will lower. Alright, the car is all the way coming back in. And now, turn off the car. Good to go. So on the air suspension is the best because the car is a 2.5-ton truck. So you can see on the air suspension it's come down like maybe come down about 4 inches. Alright, thank you so much for you guys watching my boring video, but remember, change out your oil every 50%. That is good for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.